Why would some man ask a woman to laugh at his size? Why would he pay for it? Why would he beg for it? And still say, thank you, goddess, after he gets it. My name is Alla, welcome back to my channel. Here I talk about psychosexuality, female dominance, leadership from the feminine, and male submission. So, today I would like to discuss the reasons behind small penis humiliation. You can't even imagine how many men have it. Yes. Because if you are not in the circle of kinky people, if you're just, well, a person scrolling through YouTube and accidentally found my video and you think, oh my God, what is this? These people are insane. The thing is that, well, to each their own. That's the first thing. Yeah. And secondly, you probably don't know that one of your friends has some submissive kink. There are lots of them. And often they are based on humiliation. And small penis humiliation is a form of erotic humiliation. A person gets pleasure from this sting that they feel. It hurts. But they are not really suffering because they receive pleasure through suffering. Let me tell you the truth. We don't do anything to suffer. Our brain always finds ways to receive pleasure. If you think that you get into some situations, yeah, you get with certain people, and it makes you suffer, and it happens all over again, so probably, maybe, yeah, some part of your mind understands that it's bad for you. However, your brain loves it. You get tons of pleasure from suffering. And that's how tricky masochism is, yeah? Because masochism, obviously, it's not only about physical pain, it's also about emotional pain. So when someone tells you that, well, it's not good enough, it's tiny and it wouldn't work. So you feel that shame of degradation, you feel the sting of humiliation. It hurts you, but you love it. Should you fix that? Not necessarily, because that depends. If it starts occupying all parts of your life, you can't think about anything else, and you can't be intimate with a person without satisfying your fetish, I would say that this is a problem. Even if I know that people in kink community would disagree with me, yeah, that like kink is like an orientation. I think kink should add some spice, but it shouldn't be the main thing in your whole relationship with other people. I think that if you are not capable of, well, just basic intimacy, of just getting pleasure through each other without anyone dominating or submitting, I think that there is something wrong. And maybe he's just not the right person, but I think that connection comes first. And kink is more, well, of a game, okay? It's spice, it's a game, it's a tool, it's fun, but I don't believe that it should be the fundamental thing. So getting back to small penis humiliation, yeah? We can fantasize about some reasons behind it, yeah? Why do you like shame so much? Maybe something happened in your childhood, yeah, when you felt ashamed, and this wave of shame, because it's hot, like literally, shame is a hot flush that goes through your body. Maybe you confused it with love. Maybe for some reason, yeah, your brain decided to sexualize this feeling. Maybe that was the only type of interaction you had with your mother or whoever took care of you. I don't know. Because when it comes to kink, it's hard to differentiate people, like whether it was caused by trauma or it was predetermined. I think that some hardcore kinks, they definitely were caused by trauma, and some of them well, in order to be kinky, you don't need to be traumatized. But again, if you can't build a connection with the person without them satisfying your fetishes, it's also a little bit tricky, yeah, because masochism is not always just, well, a safe path to explore when it comes to kink, yeah. Masochism also, it makes you incapable to receive love in any other forms. It makes you numb and deaf to other forms, like real forms of love, let's say. Okay, let's stop talking about the psychology, let's talk about something fun, yeah? Femdom. Because small penis humiliation is actually seen in femdom. So a man is supposed to lose this man's masculine bravado. Yeah, look, I'm a man. I'm the dominant one here. And often dominance is connected to the size of the penis. If you look at male doms, yeah, and how they present themselves, and obviously they can only earn money talking to submissive gay men, that's one of the main things that they post, yeah, like my penis is huge. And women do the same in femdom. You can see it all over the internet. Like my strap-on, or like my COCK is bigger than yours, okay? So a man with a small penis feels less, feels small. It's a complete reversal from the usual scenario. And the man is just beneath the woman. And, well, she has a full psychological control here. Because it's easy to control a man through his penis. And while small penis humiliation fetish is not necessarily based on having an actual small penis, yeah, it can be average. Once I saw when like a man with this fetish had a big size, and that was quite interesting. Yeah, it has different reasons, but I would say that the majority of this men have small penises, like for real. And this is the way to own your insecurity. And I think that this is it's a smart way. Even if you didn't decide to do so, your brain did. So it connected the sexual aspect to the insecurity. So you can finally, well, stop hiding it. Because nothing is worse. Well, obviously lots of things are worse, but it's really bad when a man who has a tiny size, especially when it's micro, yeah, and micro is less than 10 centimeters. When he tries to act as if there is nothing wrong here. How is this nothing wrong? Like, you have a baby organ. Just imagine that you don't talk about it. You just start seeing a guy, yeah, he's great, everything goes well. And then when you get intimate, you just put your hand into his pants and you just feel this. And you think, and I'm not just talking about my experience, I've heard it from other women too. This is just not just scary, but also you feel like, what are you supposed to do? First of all, now I would say, like, what the hell is this? Why didn't you say anything? And now I am supposed to pretend like there is, well, no elephant in the room with us, even if it's completely opposite. But they just expect you to act normal? No, I think that you should mention that. You should say, be careful, it's tiny. Or something like this. So when a man has a fetish for small penis humiliation, he actually owns his insecurity. It's the way to structure it and to stop fearing rejection. It's a paradox, yeah? It sounds like one. Because through surrender, you actually gain control. Because that's what you have. And instead of ignoring the issue, you stop expecting a woman to pretend as if everything is normal with your size. It's quite fascinating, yeah, that this fetish, it exists only among men, simply because women cannot have penises. But women don't have any other body parts that would be an insecurity. Obviously, women have a lot of insecurities, yeah, but we don't really fetishize them. And there are lots of submissive women, and there are lots of women who would be into humiliation and degradation in terms of kink, but it's not really tied to any body parts. It can happen in the scene, yeah, during the play. However, you won't see women talk about it as much because it's not much of an arousal that someone calls your, I don't know, some of your other parts, or you have a loose vagina, or you have tiny titties. Somehow women don't develop a fetish like this. And I always find it fascinating how men and women are actually different in this regard, because men are so much more affected by fetishes and paraphilia rather than women. It's interesting. And actually that's quite interesting that this difference between men and women leads us to another reason of small penis humiliation fetish. Because women are not that attached to their performance, to their looks in terms of what it means to be a woman. Because for men, yeah, a man has to become. But also it's about physical characteristics, because having a big size, it symbolizes strength, it symbolizes dominance, worth, and performance. And it's a taboo. The lack of it is a taboo. And lots of taboos in our life become kinks. It's a taboo to humiliate man's penis. And the more forbidden it is, the more arousing it becomes for some people. And getting back to those men who actually have a small size, for them another reason is validation through rejection. Yeah, it sounds odd, but when a woman sees you the way you are, even with your flaw, yeah, as like this little thing, she still accepts you, she still allows you to be around her. It's like your angry, cruel mom who didn't like you, who told, maybe it didn't happen, yeah, I'm fantasizing, who told you how much she doesn't like you, how wrong you always are, but then she let you be around her. And that was the most blissful moment. That was the happiest time of your life. It's not necessarily tied to your mother, by the way, because we often think that, oh, well, as a man, my interactions with women, they reflect my relationships with my mother. No. Sometimes my relationships with men, they were more defined by my relationships with my mother. Also, small penis humiliation is connected to cuckolding, because there is someone with a bigger size and who is much better in satisfying your woman, and you would never be able to do everything he does. So this comparison is another form of humiliation. Yeah, it adds even more. As I said, it's not even about the size, it's about feeling inadequate. You're not enough. You're not a man enough. You'll never be enough for me. And still, I let you be around me. And now I could tell you from women's perspective, yeah, why I like it. And I'm not just talking about the professional side where, well, you just charge for it, but it's fun. Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun and funny. You have to exercise your creativity, because in order to find enough words to compare it to, well, you have to be smart, yeah, because you're not supposed to repeat the same things all over again. But I do like it in personal life too, because I like psychological control, and I like only if a man is into that, yeah, to make him feel less confident and to see the arousal coming from that. If it confuses him, if it's unpleasant, I'm not gonna like it. Yeah, that's the difference between kink and abuse. Okay, I think I've said enough, more than I should have. And I will see you in the next video. Follow me everywhere, on here, on my Telegram channel, on my Instagram, on X.